Okay, it's 8:30, so let's take our spots and start the meeting with the Pledge of Allegiance. Okay, item number 4 for citizens to schedule a time on the commission agenda for an item not listed. Anyone wanting to speak during this agenda item must sign in prior to the start of the meeting. Any requested action items must be scheduled for a future meeting date. Is there anyone who would like time on the commission agenda for an item not listed? Seeing none, we'll move on to number 5 on the agenda, the approval of the agenda. Are there any corrections or additions?
I don't have any, no.
Okay, do I have a motion to approve the agenda?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye. All opposed say
Aye.
nay. You guys are quick. Motion carried. Item number 6, reorganization of the board. First up is to elect a chairperson for 2021. Does anyone have a motion for appointment they would like to make?
Make a motion to appoint Larry Jensen, chairman.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Motion carries. The meeting is yours, Commissioner Jensen.
Move on to vice chairperson for the year of 2021. Do I have a motion for a nominate?
I would nominate Angie Boersma as vice chair of the commission for 2021.
Second. Do I have a motion and a second? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Same sign for nay. Motion carried. Congratulations.
Congratulations to both of you.
And I move on to item 7, oaths of office. First one would be Commissioner Mike Bartley. Judge Stoltenberg will be giving their oaths.
If we stand 6 feet apart, I'll do this way. So, all right, we'll go.
Next up is Commissioner Ryan Krogman. Next up is Finance Officer Lori Schultz. Last one would be State's
And thank you all very much for having me.
Thank you, Judge
Thank
Solberg.
you.
Moving on to items, we have approval of minutes, approval of travel requests, approval of personnel action notices, approval of cellular authorizations, and approval of the human services report. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
A motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, call the roll call.
Pierce. Bartley.
Aye.
Krogman.
Aye.
Boersma.
Aye.
Jensen.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item number 9, routine business. Approval of the claims. Have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Any questions? Hearing none, call the roll, please.
Bartley.
Aye.
Krogman.
Aye.
Boersma.
Aye.
Pierce.
Aye.
Jensen.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item B, department head reports. We'll start with Mr. Gusted.
Good morning. As of yesterday, the bridge north of Bruce was officially closed to commence construction on that. And that's all I got.
Any questions? Hearing none, thank you.
Yep.
This is Lori.
Okay, the finance office has just kind of been doing business as usual. We've got the taxes ready to ship down to quality pre-sort, and those will be going out to taxpayers probably 2 weeks, and then the phone calls will start. It'll be lovely. COVID money, we had the 2.3 that we could get. We spent roughly around 2. So we've got 300,000 that we left on the table. So really, that's pretty good. I think we used it responsibly and didn't take advantage of the opportunity. So, state auditors, they will be here this week. So they'll be in the room next to our office, and we've got everything ready for them, been sending them files, and I always kind of look forward to them coming because we find out what we should be doing different, and we hear that we're doing things right. So I'm looking forward to that. So that's about it in the office.
Okay. Any questions?
Yeah.
Commissioner Pierce?
On the, a couple of different reports in the financial information that's in the packet, where it talks about where we're at on budget, a bunch of things say, yes, we're over. Is that just us getting caught up with what happened on the 22nd of December, or why is that showing like that on those reports?
Those individual budget lines may be over budget in individual, in departments. At the end of the year, the budget overall, the entire budget cannot be in the red. So that's what we're watching instead of all of those individual budget lines. So some of those will show that, yes, they are over, but the bottom line budgets is what we've been
Right.
keeping an eye on, and those will not be.
Okay. There were just so many of them for this being our first report of the year. I was curious if some of that's just carryover yet.
So what you probably saw, so we haven't rolled the 21 budget into place yet because we have to close out 20. So if you were looking at the 2020 claims, that's the 2020 budget. And actually the 21 claims that are being paid right now, it's all date driven. So once we roll the 21 budget into place, some of those might go away.
Okay.
And that won't happen until February, probably sometime, because we have to close out and make sure we have everything done and accounted for 20 here in January. So they may look worse than what they really are because it's actually looking like it might be still affecting an old budget when it's not. So
Thank
that
you.
will all be date driven and change. So.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you. Mr. Hill?
Good morning. I talked to them, and they was going to discuss the use of the water tower in Elkton for us to put a repeater on. I contacted Sioux Falls two-way. They're assured me that if we put a new radio in the dispatch center, that they'll be able to hit the tower in Elkton to increase their radio support over there. The COVID-19 situation, I've got a meeting here at 9 a.m. I'm going to break away for and go to. So I may be able to give a better report later in the meeting if you would like. But right now, there's been 887 COVID-19 shots received in Brookings, and they've all been administered, 1 dose per person. And I'm sorry, 887 is the number that was given. And that's all I got right now. They're still in 1C where, like I say, the meeting at 9 a.m. is to talk about category 1D and how we're gonna administer the vaccine to 1D.
And if we're still in meeting, Bob, will you come back and we'll have you come back and give a report then?
Yeah, and we got a zoning meeting tonight, and at the next meeting, we'll give you a planning and zoning or a county development annual report at the next county commission meeting. Any questions?
What is the category you said on the shots? I'm sorry.
1D,
And that is what?
persons with two or more underlying medical conditions, teachers and other school, college staff, persons aged 65 years and older, residents in independent living facilities, and residents of licensed group homes, and funeral service workers.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Mr. Huber, would you like?
Morning.
Morning.
I'll start with my attendance for the building. Archery range was 57. Gun range was 91 for our public hours. That is a little bit lower than it usually is. We were closed for 4 days, Christmas Eve, Christmas, and then New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. Since May, when we opened back up due to COVID, I'll do kind of a 2020 attendance. We had 1,058 people in the archery range, and then the gun range was 1,448. Aeromates, Brookings Police Department, state troopers were in. They did some qualifications in our gun range. Last night was pretty busy at the facility. We had Joe at registration. They're getting ready to do their 10-week shoot. We did an enhanced renewal class just for the RSOs. Michael Kilmer did it for free, didn't charge us. It was just kind of a thanks for the volunteers to show them that we appreciate what they do for the facility. And then we also had the aeromates came in and flew airplanes for a while. Over the holiday season, Christmas to New Year's, we did a little promotion to kind of entice people to come out and renew their memberships. We ran this from December 21st through the 30th. And basically, we just, you could either extend it onto your previous membership or get a new one. And we took $25 off each membership. By the next commission meeting, we've been working with Johnson Controls and Train on a service agreement for the facility. I'm running numbers and trying to figure out the best fit for the building and hopefully have something together so you guys can approve that at the next meeting. That's all I have. Any questions?
No. Thank you.
Thanks.
Good morning. Very short. We'll have a meeting, a weed board meeting, Thursday, January 7th at 3 o'clock, second floor in room 221. If anybody wants to come, you're welcome to come. All the townships have paid for the spraying. This is the earliest I've gotten every township to send in their payment for spraying for the fall and spring. So we're all lined up with them, clean slate for next year. Otherwise, any questions?
Commissioner Pierce?
Do you have a date or are plans being discussed yet for, and I know this isn't the weed department, but you work with it for the township meeting?
We're talking. Terry and a couple of the guys on the township board aren't sure if we should have the meeting. We're in limbo. We're not sure what we're gonna do yet. That's as far as I've got. I haven't got a certain answer, specific answer for you yet. I'm working on it. As soon as I know, I will definitely let everybody know.
All right, thank you.
Thanks.
Mr. Holzauer?
New DAV van. I'll be contacting the media to make sure that they're aware of it and stuff. Otherwise, the veteran site has been going pretty well. Pretty steady people coming in and seeing us. On the welfare side, as you know, the initial COVID CARES Act money have been, they're no longer available effective the 31st of December. We've still been working pretty closely with the low-income energy assistance people. And with the moratorium on evictions, we're not getting a lot of people in to apply for rents. Now, once all of those things end, I think it'll going to be a little different story, but that's where that's sitting right now. And coming up on the 21st, we do have a housing board meeting that will be taking place at noon in the room 300. And right now, I got some concerns because one of the members on the board that was always coming to all of our meetings, we have a couple of them that have been kind of shaky, but with her resigning, I'm hoping we have enough for a quorum, but we'll wait and see, I guess. And this is kind of a big meeting because we find out whether or not we're going to continue paying 100% of the deposits or not. Right now, we had always done 80% before. Right now, this is out of separate monies. That's a grant. We had always been doing 80%, and right now we're doing 100 because of COVID. but we go through the money a lot faster that way. And so we're trying to decide which way to go on that.
Mike, the person that resigned, do we appoint that person, or is it?
Yes, yes. This is a complete volunteer board. And so they are volunteers, and of course, they come and go as they do. But I believe is it in this meeting that I think the announcement has been made for to fill it?
I'm not sure with the holidays, I don't know that it has, but it will go out, and we'll hopefully try to get some applications in over the next couple of weeks.
Okay, and the 21st is our next meeting, but hopefully we can get people to show up and stuff.
Okay, thank you. Any questions? Thank you. Sheriff?
Morning.
Morning.
Congratulations to the new oath takers today. Hopefully we have a better 21 than 2020, huh? I'll try to be short today since it's a new year. 26 employees, I think it's 26 out of about 33 or so took their first round of shots, and we got through that pretty good. So as far as COVID, we're doing good. No, I have nobody in quarantine at the jail. I have one staff person that just was in the hospital. He got pneumonia along with COVID, but he's out and he's doing well, and he's going back to the doctor today because he's anxious to come back to work. So that's a good sign. So hopefully he'll be back to work tomorrow. So other than that, we made it through the holidays. I had a few DWIs, but traditionally with the college students, well, I shouldn't pick on the college students. Traditionally, over the holidays, we don't have a lot of, it's pretty good. When we had some alcohol violations and stuff, but we can have a busy weekend. So it really, Christmas or New Year's didn't create a lot of extra work for us. It's pretty normal. The guys have been busy though. We've had accidents and some welfare checks, those types of things. We have 28 inmates right now. It's up a little bit. I have 89 on the 24/7 program. And we still stay busy in that 24/7 area. We still have 24 UAs that come in twice a week and so forth. Right now we have 8 on GPS. So everything's going well. It's a little standstill at the jail right now as far as the construction, but they're waiting for, in about a week, maybe 2 weeks, we'll start seeing some walls. Now, I know I promised to I was going to have a flash drive for you to show you a view of the expansion. And the deputy that took the drone out, his wife all of a sudden decided that she had to have her baby, and they had to drive, they probably flew by driving to Sioux Falls to have a baby, so he's got the flash drive. But I did find out, just a little tidbit on the drone. I forgot that drones they're already got the GPS in it, that they don't fly over jails or prisons. And so my drone operator was saying, well, we can't go right over. And I go, what do you mean you can't go right over? Because it's GPSed. Anyway, so we went up by the Presbyterian Church just to see if we could get over the jail. And it was just like it was going into a wall. It kept knocking the drone back, trying to go in. But I can override that. I got to do a lot of paperwork, but we're going to override that so that I can show you when the walls go up and so forth. But they did that. I guess when drones got invented, they were flying over prisons and places and dropping things. So I forgot all about that.
When Marty first told me this, I was a little concerned. He says we had a problem with the drone. I thought maybe they had wrecked it, but they do have insurance on it. So if that would happen, so
anyway, so hopefully by the next meeting I'll have some for you. Other than that, unless you have some questions for me.
all right.
Thank you.
Business. Action to approve resolution number 21-01, a resolution setting meeting pay and per diem rates for volunteer county boards for 2021. We have a motion to approve.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion?
I'd like to talk about what the planning and zoning board members are getting paid. I don't know that that amount has changed, at least as long as I've been on the commission. I'm thinking that $50 payment amount has been there for a long time. And this is a position that's got some serious responsibilities. It is a time commitment for people. And I just wonder if we shouldn't consider that maybe $50 a meeting is not enough. I'm just throwing that out for conversation.
Any other comments?
We have a hard time getting people on the board.
I know the dollar amount has been the same for quite some time. I don't know if, Richard, would you have any info on this?
Yeah, it's been at this rate since as long as I've been here. I don't know any history, if there's been any in the past to increase it at that time, or I don't know. It might have.
I can't recall the last time it's been increased.
Yeah, do we have any comparables with any other county planning commissions as far as the rate of pay?
I'd have to do some look. I'd have to check with Luke to see.
What
I
is
could
your
look into that.
suggestion for an amount?
I hadn't gotten that far.
Okay.
When I read through the packet, I thought that $50 has been there for a long time. These people do some serious hard work for the county, and maybe that's not a good number.
And I do know at this time we're looking for a couple members, and the question did come up how much, if any, pay was involved. So
So total number of board members and total number of meetings annually is what?
Well,
Richard, at these meetings, when the alternates show up, are they paid for that meeting then also?
Yes, alternates are paid at the meeting also, and they also receive mileage pay twice a year.
So the total number then, Richard, that are
11.
paid board members would be 11?
Yes.
But the commission member does not get paid,
No.
So 10.
so 10. And they meet monthly,
Yes.
on
they-
average.
If there's any special meetings, that's above and beyond.
And generally speaking, the one zoning board meeting that I sat in on, I bet I read emails for 4 to 6 hours prior to that meeting. So I can certainly empathize with the struggle. That's granted, not every meeting, but in certain cases, it certainly takes time to prepare for those meetings. I think an additional $10 doesn't bother me in the least. But I don't know if that kind of gets to the point of what you're going for, Leanne, or if you're looking for something more than that.
So if we figure 10 and we're paying $50, we're paying $500 a meeting, right? Did I just figure that right? So that's $6,000 a year
Plus the mileage.
plus the mileage. And to be honest, I was thinking maybe 75, but I didn't want to say that. But if that'd be out of reach,
I guess my thought was $75 also, rather than, a little bit more of a bump, I guess, I was kind of thinking. And how long are these meetings? These meetings usually last
forever.
2 to 3 hours. They can be very long. And I guess $50 for a 4-hour meeting gets you down to about $12 an hour, and it's not the easiest 4 hours of your week. So,
If somebody'd like to make an amendment to the motion?
Just a quick comment before we do that. We also have the weed board members who get paid and extension board members. Are we going to make any adjustments with those meeting pays? Is there a suggestion, Misty, on any of those?
Generally, our meetings, an hour. I keep it to the minimum. We're not much longer than an hour. The question is, should we raise?
With the weed board, we kind of work around everybody's schedule also. It's not a set, like the zoning board is a set time that,
And they meet monthly?
Nope. Generally, it's about 5 meetings a year, give or take.
if needed, yeah.
I mean, if you wanted to raise it, 40 would be sufficient, I think.
And
We don't, do we have any issues with volunteers for that?
Well, Not lately. The
Okay.
guys have all reapplied. So we haven't had any issues with that.
Okay, no turnover issues. Okay.
Does the weed board have a packet to review similar, like zoning has a packet? It's not much smaller than ours, sometimes bigger than ours. that they read.
It's not to the extent of the zoning board, it's, you know, maybe a page and a half, 2
Okay.
pages.
Maybe 3, yeah. It just depends on what we're visiting about. Now, like this meeting on Thursday, they'll have a few papers, but we put them in a binder and it's there for them to look back on. It's generally, yeah.
And the extension board's quarterly. I mean,
I guess at this point,
I guess
I hate to raise one and not
right.
adjust the others, so I guess I would entertain a motion to extend the weed board members to 45 per meeting, extension board members to 45 per meeting, zoning board members to 75 per meeting.
Second.
Further discussion?
Yep.
Yeah.
I just think there needs to be a difference, bigger difference between what the zoning board does and what extension and weed board. Not that they don't do but I just think my thought would be keeping the weed board and extension board at 35 and just moving the zoning board to 75 to give them a little bit better separation for responsibilities, time, and prior work, packets, and that kind of stuff. So, I think we can raise one without the other ones, but I would just like to see maybe a minimum of 75 for the zoning board and the other two the same. That's my thought.
I would tend to agree. If the commitment for weed board is about an hour and there's 3 pages worth of packet versus 100 pages worth of planning and zoning and citizen emails and all of that and a 3 or 4 hour meeting, there's too much disparate valuation of time in those two things.
At the same time, if we're looking at it in terms of it's a $25 increase for zoning board members, it's only a $5 increase for the other two. I know we raised pay for people who worked on elections across the board too. So at some point, you need to make some adjustments. And if we're going to make an adjustment, I'm looking at $5. I mean, it's not a great increase. But at the same time, if I'm on the extension board or weed board and the zoning board got $25 and we got nothing, well, why didn't they ever adjust ours? So I'm looking at $5, as Misty suggested. It's not a great amount of difference, but at the same time, it shows that we appreciate their efforts. Just my thought.
Did you say 45 in your motion?
40, 35 to 40.
Okay, I thought you said 45.
45.
Well,
What do you have?
It's
I
40.
also heard 45.
All right, well, should be 40. This is my suggestion. That's what I was thinking. Yeah, 35 to 40, 75 for the zoning and 40 for the extension boards.
And that's what I seconded. I thought he was doing 40.
That's what I thought I said. But
Okay.
Commissioner Bartley made the motion, amend the $40 per meeting for the weed board, 75 for the zoning board, and 40 for the extension board. Commissioner Pierce seconded.
I did.
Any more discussion? Have roll call on the amendment.
Krogman?
No.
Boersma?
No.
Pierce?
Yes.
Bartley?
yes,
Jensen?
Yes.
Motion carries. Amendment carries, excuse me.
Back to original resolution 21-01. We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion there? Call the roll, please.
Boersma?
Aye.
Pierce?
Aye.
Bartley?
all right.
Krogman?
Aye.
Jensen?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item B, action to approve resolution 21-02, a resolution setting the pay for election workers in 2021. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Lori, do you have anything to add to this?
Have the responsibility that it merits a pay increase.
Okay, call the roll, please.
Pierce,
Yes?
Bartley,
Aye.
Krogman.
Aye.
Boersma,
Aye.
Jensen.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Letter C, action to approve agreement number 21-01, agreement with Questions and Solutions Engineering for commissioning services for the Brookings County Detention Center expansion. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Discussion?
This is a contract for commissioning services for the jail project.
Okay, call the roll, please.
Bartley,
Aye.
Krogman.
Aye.
Boersma,
Aye.
Pierce,
Aye.
Jensen.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item D, action to approve the Brookings Register, Volga Tribune, Tri-City Star, and Elkton Record as the legal papers of Brookings County for 2021. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion?
These are the 4 papers that we've been using for a number of years now. These are the 4 papers located within within Brookings County.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Letter E, action to approve the official depositories for Brookings County funds and monies for 2021 as follows. Richland State Bank, Bank Star Financial, Citizen State Bank, First Bank and Trust of Brookings, Dakota Bank, Wells Fargo, Great Western Bank, and Central Bank. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
I have motions. Any discussion here?
I have
No.
a question.
Some names have changed, but the institutions themselves have not.
Okay. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Wait, sorry.
I'm sorry, I had a question. I thought Wells Fargo had dropped out. What? Wells Fargo. Okay. Okay, thank you.
Any other questions? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same. Motion carried. Letter F, action to approve cell phone reimbursements for 2021. Have a motion to approve.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
Any discussion, questions?
I just am going to say, you've heard me say it before, and I always get voted down, but I just think that those should be tied into actual cost as opposed to what we're doing.
Any other questions? Call the roll, please.
Krogman.
Aye.
Boersma,
Aye.
Pierce,
No,
Bartley,
Aye.
Jensen.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Letter G, action to approve board assignments and department liaisons for 2021. I guess, do we go through them and then make the motion to approve?
Yes, typically you just can start going through the list, and
Okay.
I have a hard copy. I'll start writing names down, and then we'll make a motion to approve the list after we get through all of it.
Okay. 4-H Promotion Expansion Committee, Mr. Boersma.
I think I was going to keep that.
BCOAC Advisory Board, Mr. Krogman.
Sure.
BCOAC Advisory Board, I'll stay there. Brookings Area Transit Authority, Beta. Mr. Krogman.
Yes, I'll stay with that.
Brookings County Regional Railroad Authority, keep that.
Sure.
I'll keep Brookings County Regional Railroad Authority. Brookings Economic Development Corporation, BEDC.
I was
and I
hoping-
did it, I've done it for a number of years. I think if somebody else is interested,
I was hoping I would do BEDC.
Okay. Commissioner Boersma. Brookings Economic Development Corporate alternate.
I'll do it.
Okay. Brookings County Extension Board. Anybody? I keep it. I'll stay on there. Communities of Excellence Representative. Stacy?
I can keep that.
Okay. Alternate.
I can keep that.
Okay. Domestic Abuse Shelter.
That'd be me.
Commissioner Boersma. Behavioral Health and Wellness Board,
I'd like to keep that as well.
Commissioner Boersma on there. East Central Regional Communications Council, I'll be on there. East Central Regional Communications Council, Vice Chair, Boersma. It's basically the E911 board.
Oh, okay, yep. That would be me.
It's a quarterly meeting. First District Association of Local Governments, Commissioner Bartley. Growth Partnership Board, Commissioner Krogman. Hospital Board, Commissioner Krogman.
Yep.
Housing and Redevelopment Commission,
Could we talk about this one for a minute?
okay.
We had a conversation maybe 3 years ago about redoing our resolution so that that did not have to be the chair. The chair is busy. I don't think that group met this last year, did it, Mike?
Probably a couple times, but I never attended.
And I think that we need to update our resolution on this in any event. And right now, it says it needs to be the chair, but I don't know, somebody needs to go in and rewrite the resolution, get it updated, make it current with South Dakota statute, which it is not right now. It has some problems in that it requires some application from the city that was deleted by statute, and we've never updated our resolution. And I don't know, I would be willing to do all that, but if Larry has an investment in doing that, or if we think we have to have the chair do it, but it's just, somebody needs to sit down, look at our resolution, update everything, get it current with the statutes.
Okay. Mike, when did you say that next meeting was?
Yes, we have always met 4 times a year, okay? And usually it's over here. Our next meeting is on the 21st, okay? We have just signed, we haven't, I should say, you have signed a contract with them, RAM Enterprises. There were some other people that were interested in it, but the other ones that were interested had to also keep in mind that that board is the one that establishes the amount that the rents are. So if you're a realtor and have Section 8 housing, you cannot be on the board.
Okay.
And anyway, but that basically, we have the Section 8, and then as you know, the other ones have, the other part of the housing is in Mills and the rest of them. But we do meet 4 times a year. It'll be on the 21st over here. It's over lunch.
Okay.
And one of the concerns that I have when we address the resolution eventually that we should address is whoever sits on this board from the commission does not have a voting position. You're just there to observe, and I think we should change that. That's one of the things, that's not required by statute. That was just something a commission decided in the past when the resolution was adopted, and it makes a problem when that board's looking at quorum. You got a commissioner there. If the commissioner can vote, then they can be part of the quorum. But there are some things like that that need to be cleaned up, plus we're not in compliance with the statute.
Okay. The reason I asked when the next meeting, we do have a commission meeting before that, so.
Okay.
I will be on there unless otherwise. Okay, thank you. I-29 Interchange Overpass Committee. I guess I am on there, and Brian. He doesn't. Interlakes Community Action Governing Board, ICAP.
That's me.
Commissioner Boersma. Joint Jurisdiction Committee.
I'll stay on that.
And another joint jurisdiction.
Commissioner Boersma, I think, would like to take that over since she already has.
I am.
Joint jurisdiction? No. Or joint powers was.
Yeah.
Joint jurisdiction, I'm fine.
Yeah, no, I was like, I don't need.
Joint powers, I will make a change.
Okay. Joint Powers Board.
There we go.
I think that's me in place of Commissioner Bartley.
Okay. And Joint Powers Board, Leanne, you stay on there?
I'd like to stay on that.
Intergovernmental Meeting Group, I will stay on there. Intergovernmental Meeting Group, Krogman. Mental Health Community Coalition,
I can stay.
Mr. Boersma. Local Emergency Planning Committee, the chair, I'll be on there. Planning and Zoning Board member.
Unless somebody else wants it. I guess I'll stay.
You're doing a fantastic job.
Commissioner Bartley.
Gotta have something to do.
Yeah, I was gonna say, looking at the numbers here.
Yeah.
The alternate, Planning and Zoning Board alternate. I have done it, I'm fine with it, unless somebody else is interested.
I'm just asking this question, I'm happy to have you do it. Are you having, as chair, you got lots of things, is that a possibility? If nobody else, I will do it, but.
Okay, that's
but
fine.
If you'd like to keep it, you can.
No, that's fine.
Okay.
Commissioner Pierce on the alternate for the,
Okay.
I've only had to fill in once, so. Public Affairs Committee,
I'd like to keep that.
Weed and Pest Board member. I'll do that. Youth and Family Services Advisory Board for Juvenile DC, JDC.
If
I think we had talked about Commissioner Pierce taking that for me.
I'm going to ask to be on the JDAI, and those two kind of work together, and I'd like to do both of those if that will work.
Okay. Juvenile Detention Alternate Initiative, Pierce, you're on there also. County Coroner.
I
Sheriff.
believe Dr. Hebe was going to stay on as that.
Yep. Deputy Coroner, Marty. Sheriff Stanwyck. And then Deputy Coroners, all deputies. And we have a new one. Highway Superintendent, 2-year appointment. Pertinent to South Dakota Codified Law 31-11-1. Brian Gusted. Department Liaisons, BCOAC, Krogman.
Sure.
Community Health, Wick.
Sure.
Boersma. Emergency Management, be myself. Equalization. Which? It doesn't matter to me. That's fine if you want. Extension, I can continue with that unless. Okay. Finance Office, Mr. Krogman. Highway, Mr. Bartley. Register of Deeds, Mr. Boersma. Sheriff Detention Center, I'll stay on there. State's Attorney, Mr. Pierce. Veterans and Human Services, Mr. Boersma. Weed and Pest, I can stay on there. Zoning and Drainage, Planning and Zoning Commission appointee, Commissioner Bartley. And Courthouse.
Commissioner Pierce.
If you'd like me to do that, I'll do that.
Any other interest? Nope. Commissioner Pierce.
I think we should add the state's attorney's office to that list as well, so that that's a joint effort between a commission member and the state's attorney's office.
That's what it was held. Yeah. So, other committee members will include Ben and who will be from the courthouse then?
No, just for the courthouse stuff to try, that new kind of department stuff.
Okay,
This is just liaison.
Just liaison stuff. Yep.
okay. All right. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion second. Any further discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Item number 12, Commission Departments Directors Report.
I really don't have too much. With the holidays, we were busy continuing to got through the meeting on the 22nd, and obviously we didn't have to meet last week, so that was good. So really the only things I have coming up are just a couple of things to know. We have the holiday on the 18th that the offices will be closed. And then Brookings SDSU Day at the Capitol this year is going to look a little different. It's going to be Wednesday, January 20th, but they're going to be doing virtual meetings. So as I find out more information and get more information about that, I will sure pass that along to all of you. But just so you can get that on your calendars now, like I said, I don't have a whole lot of details yet on what that exactly looks like, but that's how that will be handled this year. So that's all I have, unless you have any questions for me.
Any questions? Office report.
Yeah, I would just tell the commission that we're putting together our annual report, and I'll work with Stacy on trying to meeting here in the next month or so, sometime where we have a little bit more time, so I'm not jamming everything up towards the end. But I'll have that put together for the commission to report on. So,
Okay. Commissioner Pierce.
I really don't have anything to report. I would like to say about the Brookings leadership, we don't have the time yet for, we're still putting the schedule together, but I really would encourage everybody, if you don't have time to attend everything, if it fits in your schedule, to come to the presentation from the Department of Transportation. When we have so many different things going on in Brookings, I just think it would be great to show the DOT that that's how we as a commission feel. So, and our staff that are interested in what's going on with the interchange or the 14 corridor 14 bypass and all of those different kinds of things, it would be good to attend, and it's a Zoom meeting. It's on the 20th of January, but they're still figuring out the time slot for everybody. So I can't tell you an exact time.
Okay. Commissioner Bartley.
I have nothing. 21. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Krogman.
Yeah, I had a Zoom meeting yesterday for Growth Partnership. How the year end came out and the budget for next year. Prior to our meeting on Wednesday, we'll have a Zoom meeting then. So that's all I have.
Mr. Morsma. And I also had nothing. Item number 15, executive sessions in accordance with South Dakota Codified Law 1-25-2 personnel. Do I have a motion to move in?
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. We'll move into executive session.